Hey, what's up, Panther fans? Getting out here to you on the day before the draft, early in the morning, kinda, to get you a little last-minute check-in of what I think is going to happen tomorrow night. Getting super excited, kind of nervous, a little bit anxious over what's going to happen, as most Panther fans are with this number one pick. There's so much uncertainty happening. This week has just been crazy, starting with that judge's decision to lift the lockout, and now the league trying to come back and say, no, it shouldn't be lifted, trying to get a stay. It's just so crazy. We don't know yet, being the day before the draft, what's going to be happening tomorrow night. Will player trades be allowed? We don't know. Will free agent signings just start happening like tonight or tomorrow? We don't know. This could be a crazy about 48-hour time we're looking at here. And I'm just looking for a resolution. It's pretty exciting, and especially us being in our position we were in, holding the number one pick. It's just nuts. But I just want to make a vid real quick. I know I told you guys I was going to try to make a couple between the last vid and the draft, but things have just been so crazy and time just flew by. And I do apologize for that, but I just finished up my... So I told you it was early. That was my alarm clock going off again. But I just wanted to tell you that, I was sorry about that. I didn't get around to doing that, but I'm finished up kind of with school now, so I should be able to do a couple more vids a little more regularly after the draft. And then, whatever leads into the summer, whatever's going on. But my position in the last few weeks still hasn't changed. I think that we should draft Cam Newton. I think that's our best strategy. I mean, it's a risky pick. He may bust. I'm not guaranteeing that he's going to be, our 10-year starter Hall of Fame quarterback. I can't guarantee that. But I will say that he has some amazing raw potential. So big, so fast. Basically, he's like a fast Ben Roethlisberger, and that's just scary. So, a lot of people don't like the pick. A lot of people do like the pick, and it's just everybody's torn on what to do. But I think given our situation with no real quarterback right now, and a top 8 or so draft picks that almost any one of them could go number one, we're kind of just stuck. I think we're in a position where we can't trade the pick. Nobody's going to want to trade with, they're going to say we're sitting at 4, 5, 6, whatever. We might be able to get the same guy where we're sitting right now. So I think a trade is very unlikely. It's going to be us sitting at number one, having to just take who we think is the best player. And that player, for our situation, is Cam Newton. Just for better or for worse, hopefully it goes okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm super nervous about it, but we'll see where that goes. But I did want to mention some positions that we should target after this first pick. If we take Cam, that'll take care of the quarterback situation for now, as long as it pans out. I think we should also be targeting some offensive linemen. For our O-line has been good. Our starting five has been great. But, they were really banged up last year. And we saw some holes when we didn't have all 5 starters in there. It was not good. We should target an offensive lineman or two at some point in the draft, whether it be in the 3rd round or, just somewhere. We've got to get 1 or 2 offensive linemen. And, of course, defensive tackle has to be addressed. We've got to address that somewhere, and possibly even go out and get another free agent whenever free agency starts to fill that hole, because we have nothing inside right now. And I think we can manage with our defensive ends. I think those are pretty good, but defensive tackle is a must, ASAP. So the offensive defensive lines, and I'm curious to see if Ron Rivera is going to target a tight end even after we sign Jeremy Shockey. He may try to jump on somebody in the mid to late rounds, somebody that's going to be a pass catcher. There's a couple out there. I forget the name, but there was one that was featured on Sports Science a couple nights ago that looked pretty awesome. He may be a guy we target in the late rounds. Also, a wild card pick you can throw out there is Wesley Saunders from South Carolina. He had all the issues last year and was suspended because of the money situation, with paying the agents paying them, or bringing them out to different places. But I think he could be a good pick, a 6th or 7th round. Who knows? It'd be worth a shot. So I want you to give me your thoughts. What kind of players do you think we should target in the comments section? What positions are you looking to fill in this draft? I mean, obviously quarterback and defensive tackle. What beyond that? I think it's possible that we could target another wide receiver at some point mid-rounds. Getting phone calls, alarm going off, everything in this video. It's amazing. I wish I could say I was like Adam Schefter getting all these inside phone calls, but that's not happening. Just, what positions are we going to be filled? I think we're going to try to target a wide receiver at some point in the draft, even though I am happy with our wide receivers we have right now. Even if we do trade away Steve Smith, we have Brandon LaFell, David Geddes, and Armani Edwards, who will play better this season when given the chance to. But a guy like Edmund Gates, I've had my eye on from Abilene Christian. He may be around in the 4th round area, and if he is, then I think he's a guy we could target. He's so fast, and I think he could be a guy for our vertical passing scheme that we're looking at now, and trying to supplement that. Another guy I would like to grab, but won't happen probably because he's going to be going too high, and it's probably going to be a luxury for that position, would be Casey Matthews, linebacker from Oregon. His pedigree of the Matthews brothers, it's just, it seems like any one of those guys that are drafted is just a fail-proof pick. And it'd be cool to get him in Carolina Panther colors, but I don't see that happening, because we'd have to spend too high of a pick for a linebacker. It's not really a huge need at this point, but we'll see. And I'd also like to see them try to shore up the defensive backfield a little bit at the cornerback position. With uncertainty with Richard Marshall, it's possible right after free agency starts, if we have free agency, Marshall could be gone. But we will see. That's just a possibility. It's just so much uncertainty. It's hard to make any judgments over what we should do in this draft, because we don't know what's going to happen after the draft. What players are we going to lose? Are we going to lose D'Angelo? Or are we going to lose Richard Marshall, Steve Smith? Who is not going to be in a Panthers uniform in a few weeks? Nobody knows. With that, talking about D'Angelo, I think it would be probably a good idea to target a late round running back. Even though we have Jonathan Stewart, Tyrell Sutton, Mike Goodson, somewhere around the 6th round or so, 6th, 7th round, running backs lately who've been taken in those late rounds or even undrafted have done really well. It's been amazing. Look at Arian Foster. Look at Peyton Hillis. Look at I'm blanking. LeGarrette Blount. Last year I was harping on LeGarrette Blount for us to take Blount at some point late in the draft. We didn't. What does he do? I think he signed with the Titans right off, but they cut him. Tampa Bay picks him up. He runs for over 1,000 yards last season. Come on. But I gotta get out of here. That's about all I got for today. Just super excited to watch the draft. Y'all come over to Carolina Panthers, the Facebook group. I'm sure that everybody will be on there talking during the draft. You can express your likes or dislikes for a pick, anything like that. We will welcome it. But hit the comments. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. And I got to get out of here and head out. I'm going to go have dinner with my family tonight back home, as I was born 25 years ago today. So I will leave you with that, and I'm out. Go Panthers.